return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. I call it the 24-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Looking long for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
20.
On second down, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it third down.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
That's right now. Hey.
They snap it to Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. They start the drive with Peterson. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. his ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The carry here for the big tight end. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
Double. Let's go. 15. Good blitz. Orange. Let's go.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage.
And it cooked it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Peterson. Able to push his way through. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. While it didn't work there, are you okay with that play call? 1st and goal from this far back, trying to get it to the outside?
I am. They feel like they've got a little bit more room there to operate. What they were counting on is picking up a few yards and keeping the playbook open for the next down going forward. Instead, they've changed everything. Now they have to only go in one direction, and that's likely throwing the ball.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. He spins free. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now Bonner, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And now Newton not liking the play call. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. To throw on second down is Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Check. 53 flight. Check. 53 flight. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Newton. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Newton dancing to his left. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's second and 1. On second down, McCaffrey. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Throwing here, Newton. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Come on now. Gun. Got four down. Great.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now it's Newton. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
20.
Now Newton. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Newton to throw. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 27 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Newton. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Peterson. And an alley to run. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.